And we are kicking it on SportsCenter today. And we are also three. John Anderson, Lindsay Zarniak, and today, as part of the SportsCenter Ride-Along program, six-time Sprint Cup champion Jimmie Johnson. Welcome, and I promise this is safer than racing.
I don't know about that.
Totally.
We'll find out.
Nice sport coat. Did you get that today?
I did, actually. Thank you. I came unprepared, but
hey,
someone ran out. We're in good shape.
And that is all that matters. We heard that you're most nervous about reading the teleprompter, but we also know that you got some practice earlier today.
I did.
Okay.
We want to give you a chance to practice, so we want you to throw yourself to commercial break, okay?
Okay, which camera? Easy, I've got a lot to learn here.
Right here.
Here we go.
Seriously?
Yes.
Okay.
Read it word for word, buddy. It's all for you.
Right. Check out Jimmie Johnson, the super sexy six-time champion on SportsCenter tonight at 6 p.m. on ESPN. Coming up next, Kelly's sweet and savory Brussels sprouts.
There we go!
So you were terrific. It was like old hat for you or something.
I don't know. Maybe you think so. It was still pretty nerve-wracking.
Okay.
And today's going to be a challenge, so I'm excited, though.
No pressure here.
No pressure.
But we do have a show to get started. John Anderson's going to be your crew chief, in fact.
I kind of like to be in charge. Here's a little teleprompter tip, okay? It's like the headlights of oncoming traffic. It's okay to sort of look at it, just don't stare at it, and you're fine.
Okay.
That's simple.
Not sure what to do with that advice exactly, but here goes nothing. I'm six-time Sprint Cup Series champion Jimmie Johnson, and SportsCenter starts right now.
Be on for a live show trying to read a teleprompter is probably the most nerve-wracking thing I think I'm going to do this year.
This is SportsCenter.
The flag quickly disappeared, but the debate is not going away anytime soon. We'll tackle both sides of the final drive controversy. Waiting the return of their leader, the very latest on Kobe Bryant's road back to the court. Champagne's still a-flowing in Boston, so are the beards. We'll take a pit stop with the World Series win.
Whoa, something broke. Something broke in the car. As Jimmie climbs out of the car and says, yeah, guys, I'm okay.
And it's okay to laugh, because I always do. Put it in park for a special NASCAR edition of Not Top Plays.
History being made by Jimmie Johnson.
And I have a hard enough time at the podium reading a simple speech.
Here he comes, champion for the sixth time. It's Jimmie Johnson.
That was excellent. And might I add, super sexy. So we're just going to keep it going. A late yellow flag in the Panthers-Patriots game, but they don't do that green-white checker finish there in the NFL.
No, sir.
No.
But you know what? Sometimes just like in NASCAR, folks are still talking about the ending of last night's game. They hate it in New England. They love it in your neck of the woods. You were watching that game, so walk us through it, Jimmie Johnson.
Yeah, I was tuned in and watching, and I don't know their rules all that well, but there was a big bear hug in the end zone, and I guess the flag was picked up, and that was the end of it. So the play that has everyone talking about, fourth quarter, 3 seconds left, Patriots down 4. Tom Brady's pass is intercepted by Robert Lester in the end zone, but a penalty flag is thrown. It appears Luke Kuechly bear hugs Rob Gronkowski. The referees pick up the flag after determining the ball was not catchable. Here are all of those on the side that the right call was made.
Ball is knocked down or intercepted underneath. All you could have was be defensive holding, and I don't think at the time that occurred there was enough, because he was going where he wanted to go, even though the guy had his arms around him.
As a wide receiver, if I can't get to the ball, there can't be pass interference. All right? Is that...
Yes, I do. So you think it was the correct call?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to say it was the right call. Initially, I thought it was the right call to leave it like it was, but once they picked it up and I was able to see exactly what was going on, they see that the receiver's in the back of the end zone, the ball falls short as far as interception. He didn't fight back to get to it.
The interception and the badly thrown ball is what gets the official off the hook. Anybody that thinks it was pass interference, I respect their decision. I would go with the officials, but it's as tight as it can be.
All right, so here's the play one more time. Again, 3 seconds left. The Patriots 18 yards away from winning the game. Robert Lester picks off Tom Brady in the end zone, but you see the penalty flag being thrown. As you watch the replays, it appears Luke Kuechly gets his hands on Rob Gronkowski well before the ball gets to the end zone. One would think Gronk would have time to adjust to make a play on the ball. Here are all those that think the wrong call was made.
The guy that's right there, it's the obvious call to him. He sees Kuechly all over Gronk's arm, and he sees where the ball lands. It's somebody else coming and saying, whoa, no. He's not a good enough athlete to have stopped and come back for the ball. It's ridiculous.
And pick up the flag and run off the field. How's he supposed to catch it when the guy's got his arms all over him, carrying him out of the end zone?
My interpretation is this. Rob Gronkowski could have made an effort to go back and catch that ball. It's just that he was restricted by Luke Kuechly by a pass interference.
In my opinion, that was the wrong call. That flag should have stayed.
They do not get what should have been an infraction, a penalty. We all saw it.
It's a catchable
It was
ball.
a catchable ball, no question.
All right, so this heated topic, we've let all of you weigh in on ESPN.com throughout the day, and here are the results. 55%. That means, folks, 44 states say, yes, in fact, it should have been pass interference last night, called after that play. Anderson wants to add something.
Well, I just noticed the Carolinas disagree.
Well, you know what? Everyone's got an opinion. I think it was a bad call. Looks like it could have been catchable to me. You were watching it. You told us about it, but what did you think about the call?
At first, I thought it was a bad call, and then I watched the commentators discuss it on television, and I started swaying the other way, and now I've just watched this poll, and I'm even more confused. So I don't know what the heck's going on.
So you're split.
I don't know the rules well
You're
enough.
Switzerland. You're neutral.
That could.
I'm accused of that often.
I find a lot of the argument a bit pointless because, you can talk all you want, but the final score is not going to change. Like, it was 24-10 Panthers last night, and it's 24-20 Panthers today, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow and going forward it will continue to be 24-20 in favor of the Panthers.
But what do you think?
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. I think the call is correct because the final score. Listen, as soon as the ref went like this, then that's the call and that's the right call because you're not changing it.
Yeah, you guys are boring. That's what you are.
Want to go to Switzerland?
Notice the tan suit. A lot of Carolina fans had to fight off visions, though, of demons, really, of Tom Brady beating their team in the final minute of Super Bowl 38 as he was going down there for that final throw. Last night, though, the kid with the killer smile outdid the guy with the perfectly cleft chin. I put that in for you. Cam Newton's star turn, in their own words.
3rd and goal. Newton over the middle. Caught by LaFell. Carolina touchdown. Newton is chased. Got away from Ninkovich. Dancing. Gets away from Chandler Jones, setting up space. There goes Cam. Add to the highlight reel that one.
That might be the greatest play I've seen Cam make in a long time.
I don't think I got any more nails. I was biting them all night. But we knew we was going to have this type of game.
Cam Newton's going to have a chance, John, to go back on the field and get his team the lead back.
The defense stood up at the end. Offensively, we answered the bell each and every time we had opportunity to. And it was just great atmosphere to be around.
Newton's firing. It is caught on the run. Ginn inside the 10. 10 Ginn! Carolina! Touchdown!
We had a matchup that we like. Usually when we get defenders pressed up on Ted, we knew they like to play off. I just wanted to give Ted a Ted opportunity to make a play. He did, and he did the rest.
Now Cam has his game-winning drive against a big team, against a worthy opponent. Just watching a young man grow, and just, I just saw that young 24-year-old Cam Newton just chipping away, and I just a little hint of greatness is starting to shine through a little bit, man, and it was fun to be a part of.
Our mentality was going into it, do anything possibly that we could do to have our team 7-3.
Teddy Bruschi is not a stock car driver. He is our NFL analyst, but he's with us here on SportsCenter. 42nd career start for Cam Newton, and this was really his signature win as a pro. So yes. Where's the growth that you see that's allowed what happened last night from Cam Newton?
I think Cam is realizing it's not all about him anymore. It's about the team that he has and becoming the quarterback that team needs to win football games. Trust his defense, the running game, and when 3rd down comes around, that's when you get to be Superman and get to make fantastic plays. Right here, look at the protection, all right? A quarterback needing help. Protection from his offensive line, makes a nice little crossing pass to Steve Smith, a great catch on possibly a high ball. Look at right here. He's recognizing man-to-man coverage, John, okay? He sees the backs of the defenders running away from him, all right? Looks at the rush, surveys the defense and decides to take off and converts on 3rd down once again. And this is Mike Schuler, the offensive coordinator, knowing you've got a big body with speed, a good offensive line, a called run for Cam Newton. So with his arms, with his improvisational skills, with the calls that they make from the offensive side of the ball, Cam Newton converting on 3rd down. That's what they need him to be because they utilize that run game, okay? It's going to come down to maybe 4 or 5 throws, a 3rd and 5 throw, a 3rd and 6 throw, a run maybe on a 3rd and 9. If he's able to do that, this team will play meaningful games in January.
Let the defense do their job. It's very much a less is more kind of thing.
With him this year, yes.
All right. So the Patriots, obviously, they're hurting over the decision on the flag. They'll reconvene on Wednesday. How will Bill Belichick handle his locker room after this?
Well, when they reconvene on Wednesday, it should already be squashed because what he did was he squashed it at the end of the game in the locker room before they meet the media so that he lets the team know that they're all on the same message about you can't control things that are out of your hands, all right? The officials made a call, then you live with it. By the time they digest it, all right, and process it on Monday night and then Tuesday today, they'll come in Wednesday, they'll be ready to go and get ready for the Broncos because they know who's coming in next.
Patriots 7-3, Panthers 7-3. They are 12-4, though, in their last 16 games. Very salty. More with Teddy Bruschi ahead on SportsCenter. We have 6 questions from our 6-time champion. And then on the other end of the spectrum from winning a 6th championship, it's the not top plays of NASCAR. All time, straight ahead on SportsCenter. I believe, yeah, Jimmy crashes a car in this one.
Lakers fans hoping it happens sooner than later. What Kobe is now saying about his return to the courts.
Plus, what's got Ray Lewis all fired up? The man has gone to his wallet and pulled out his own credit card.
And one champion chatting with another, both with beards. Jimmie Johnson, one-on-one with a member of the Boston Red Sox. That's straight ahead on SportsCenter with co-host Jimmie Johnson. Plus,
coming up, are NASCAR drivers like Jimmie Johnson real athletes?
What's up, Jim Boy? I got your back.
I don't know if he wants that.
I thought I did that well, like for an old guy.
Chili's lunch break combos starting at just $6. Like our new Santa Fe chicken quesadilla, burger bites, sandwiches, and more. Served with fries and your choice of super salad. Chili's lunch break combos starting at $6. More life happens here.
We got set up. We got to figure out who did this.
You know my code? You fight for the guy next to you.
Make it rain.
Two Guns. Own it on Blu-ray now. Excellence in flight. Korean Air.
So one night we were making snowmen and we were making snow angels, but we went back inside and
Stay thirsty, my friends.
Winning the NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship takes a lot of heart, drive, and determination. Winning it 6 times takes all of that plus something else. The relentless commitment to never stop improving. From all of us at Lowe's, congratulations to Jimmie Johnson, Team 48, and the entire Hendrick Motorsports organization for winning the 2013 NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship. Team 48 and Lowe's. Never stop improving.
And it's about to explode.
Available now. Rated M for mature.
Get Second Assault first on Xbox One.
Did you bring it, Grandpa?
I've got it, sweetie. 40-year-old tradition to keep. I hope we make it.
We'll make it.
Winter is the season to bring family together. Visit the Infinity Limited Engagement Winter event for the best offers of the season, including an Infinity Q50 for $369 a month.
That's totally cool.
Wow.
Imagine that. This is wonderful.
We invited book lovers to try the new Kindle Paperwhite.
I read on an iPad, on my laptop.
Try to read on a tablet. It's really not made for that.
This is just for reading.
The iPad is heavier. It's really hard to see. Kindle I can see very clearly.
It has weeks of battery life.
It's as clear as a book.
I need one of these.
The new Kindle Paperwhite. You've got to read it to believe it.
See you in the morning, my friend. Bright and early.
Be one with it, and it will be one with you. Be one with your tires, and the road will be one with you. Angle Tires.
Tom, you once stuffed 17 days worth of clothes into one suitcase. We admire great stuffing, Tom. Our new 3-cheese stuffed crust is all for you. We stuffed that bad boy silly. Want a large? Give us $12 or get any unstuffed for 10. Go for greatness. Pizza Hut, make it great.
Hello there. Welcome back to SportsCenter. John Anderson, six-time champion Jimmie Johnson here with you. Football players normally have Tuesdays off. NASCAR drivers, not so much, even when the season's over if you're Jimmie Johnson.
That's right. So I went to the brightest minds in NASCAR, and they informed me it's 96 days until Daytona. How are you filling the time?
That's not enough days, man. We need some more time off. But Thanksgiving's coming, gonna enjoy it with family. Banquet follows that. And then finally, Christmas and New Year's rolls around where things will be quiet. January starts back up with testing and a lot of stuff going on then. So just a little bit of time to rest.
Busy, busy, busy. Kobe Bryant's had 7 months off from basketball.
Lucky guy.
Doesn't mean he hasn't been working. Careful now. Bryant rehabbing his ruptured Achilles tendon finally has full clearance to resume all basketball-related activities. Means he can play in the games if the Lakers want him to, and if he wants to, though that doesn't seem to be, him itching to suit up immediately, like, Friday's game with the Warriors. But, small steps as you go through these things. Wants to be able to go full speed and full minutes when he returns. This is totally the kind of stuff the ladies talk about on The View.
I'm doing well. I mean, it's been a long process. You go from playing and being active every single day to just sitting down and eating donuts all day long for about 6 months. And then you got to kind of get active again.
Is it very painful?
No, it wasn't too painful. When it first happened, it was painful. But then after that, it felt okay.
What about playing again?
I'll be ready to play soon.
When?
I'm not sure exactly when, but the date is coming up pretty quickly. I feel great. I'm running just fine. I'm practicing just fine.
All right, Kobe's absence created a scoring vacuum that still needs to be filled. By the way, is he doing the talk anytime soon? Do we know what's going on there? Jody Meeks leads the Lakers 13.7 points per game, the lowest by any franchise leader this season, and the lowest by any Lakers leader a dozen games into a season. Kobe's career scoring average nearly 12 points higher per. Shelley Smith on the scene with the Lakers.
The swagger is back. That's what Lakers coach Mike D'Antoni said after watching Kobe Bryant go full court 5-on-5 Tuesday. Players said practice was 10 times as intense as Bryant went after them with everything he had, including the chatter he's so famous for. During the time we were allowed to watch, veteran observers said he looked a little slower, perhaps because his upper body appears to be much stronger after months of lifting weights when he could do little else. But he was cutting sharply, jumping with ease. We didn't see any dunks, but he did not appear to favor that left Achilles at all, and he is not wearing any kind of protective device. As for a timetable for his return, Bryant was non-committal, and everybody else said they didn't know. Asked if he could see himself playing in November, he paused and then hesitantly said, yeah.
Thank you, Shelley. You want more in the Lakers? We got more in the Lakers. You want stuff about the Clippers? Because, Chris Paul got kicked in the face. Or USC football, everything that has to do with Los Angeles. The best place for LA sports is ESPNLosAngeles.com.
Time now for the Coors Light Cold Hard Facts, a six-pack of NFL questions for NFL analyst Teddy Bruschi.
I'm here with Jimmie Johnson.
Yeah, there's a lot of championships here at this table. Well, so, you know, we're actually going to have the six-time Sprint Cup champion, Jimmie Johnson, ask you the 6 questions because 6 and 6 whole thing kind of seems to work.
Okay,
Jimmie?
I think that is fitting. That's
yes.
Nice little adjustment
play.
there. Nice.
Thank you.
What do you got, buddy? What do you got?
All right, Giants started 0-6, now 4 straight wins. Confident they can get 5 in a row against the Cowboys this week?
I think they can. I am confident because, Jimmy, I'm worried about the Cowboys defense, all right, and losing Sean Lee the way they did and their inability to stop the run. The Giants are going to try to establish that running game to really take advantage of that defensive line of the Cowboys that has gotten victimized this year. The run game of the Giants should be the difference. I do have confidence in New York winning that game.
Cardinals, 6 wins has them in the playoff hunt. Why should I believe they are a playoff team?
A couple reasons, Jimmy. Number one, linebackers. All right, linebackers for that defense. Carlos Dansby and Darrell Washington, 2 guys that can play the run, the pass. But I think they're big play linebackers also. And this guy, Patrick Peterson, he's potent in the return game, okay? He plays defensive back, all right? He's also an offensive weapon. I mean, this defense and Patrick Peterson, it makes this team dynamic.
Chiefs host the Chargers this week. How do they get back in the win column?
Man, I was really disappointed, all right, in that game with the Kansas City Chiefs, especially the defense, all right. Over the nose, Dontari Poe, Tamba Hali, all right, Justin Houston, not even knocking Peyton down once. I mean, this was supposed to be the best defense in the league. So to get back on track, you got to get pressure, okay? Get pressure, get to the quarterback. You haven't been sacking the quarterback well in the last few games. You got to reach home when you reach that quarterback.
I'm putting you on the spot, Teddy. Broncos and Patriots Sunday night. Manning and Brady. Who do you got?
I'm picking quarterbacks?
Yeah.
I'm picking quarterbacks. I'm going with my guy. How can I not go with a guy that got me 3 championships?
Well, man.
So, all right.
Completely understood.
Now, my game pick, game pick is in question right now. Those Denver Broncos look pretty good. When it comes down to it, though, let me get my guy Tom Brady, all right, all the time, and I think he's going to get the job done.
Monday Night Football on ESPN, 49ers at Redskins. Are you more concerned about RG3 or Kaepernick right now?
Am I more concerned? Okay, I think I'm more concerned right now with RG3, okay, because of the fact that he's not being protected very well. Every single way the Philadelphia Eagles got to RG3, all right, you beat the running backs in protection. You beat the left tackle in protection. You beat their scheme in terms of slide protection. They're not protecting him very well. He's still getting hit. He's getting beat up. I have doubts with Robert Griffin III right now.
Sunday, 49ers linebacker Ahmad Brooks was called for roughing the passer for his hit on Drew Brees. Ed Warder reported the league is looking into the hit for possible discipline. Last night, Ray Lewis had this take.
If they find this kid, if they go on record and they find this kid, Ahmad Brooks, I'm going to do something personally. I'm going to pay half, whatever his fine is. Listen to me.
If they find him,
if they find
he's
this
going
kid,
to get fined, Ray.
If they find this kid, Trent, I'm going to pay half of this kid's fine because of one reason. Defenders has to be respected as men before anything else.
Teddy, how do you feel?
Did you see that hit?
I did see that.
Did you see that hit? You think it was legal?
Yes.
I thought it was a good hit, too. And Ray, you know, I know what he's talking about. We linebackers got to stick together, okay? And Ray is saying he'll take care of half the fine. You know what? Make it a third, Ray, because I'm in. Because we backers stay together, and that is an absolute joke, okay? Because rushing the passer is one of the most difficult things to do, all right? You get around in, and he did everything I thought he could do correctly, all right? Coming in with the proper body angle upwards and using his arm across the chest. Drew Brees is a little man. Okay, he's a little man.
Ouch.
All right, and so it looked bad. It looked bad. Okay,
There's no doubt about it. He went down.
It got up in the chin a little bit. Listen, I say you chip in with me too. Let's take care of Ahmad Brooks.
Drew Brees is a little. Have you ever heard anyone call you a little man in your sport?
I need to win a check or something.
You in, Jimmy?
I'm sure. Why not?
Little man, Teddy Bruschi, Jimmie Johnson.
A little man with a lot of courage. You got a lot of courage now.
All right, what'd you say?
All of his drivers are like little jockeys into you.
Is that true? Are they like little jockeys to you?
Drivers are usually small too, but they're tough. They're tough.
Thank you.
Wow. Don't get me wrong. They're tough. Drew, you're tough too. I'm just saying.
Those are your cold hard facts.
I'm just saying.
Probably end now.
Man.
Coors Light Cold Hard Facts. Brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. For more cold hard facts, visit the ESPN Scores Center app.
Lindsey Vonn skied herself back to the hospital today, though fortunately not admitted, just a visit before she returned home to Vail and her doctor. crashed during a training run at Copper Mountain, Colorado, taken off the slope on a sled with a knee injury. U.S. ski team spokesman Tom Kelly said Vaughn is being evaluated at the hospital, and he's not really sure which knee is hurting. Vaughn making a comeback from a torn ACL-MCL she suffered in her right knee last February. She was on schedule to be ready for the Sochi Olympic Games in February. Kelly says, quote, "We have no reason to believe it's anything significant right now." Vaughn targeted next week at Beaver Creek for her return to World Cup competition. That now in some question.
Okay, Jimmy, so we know what you think, but now it's time to find out what the PTI guys have to say.
Exactly, Lindsay. I'm going to put them on the spot. I'm going to see what Tony and Mike think about drivers such as myself being athletes.
This could get very interesting, and see how once upon a time Jimmy brought Tony Kornheiser to the verge of tears.
I had him squealing.
Really?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Can't wait. Plus, Jimmy goes one-on-one with a Red Sox star. That's next. Paying tribute to the six-time NASCAR champ and first-time SportsCenter host, here's to another Jimmie Johnson masterpiece. SportsCenter rolls on.
I need 2 more for table 12.
No problem. When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Madden NFL 25, rated E for everyone. Xbox, official game console of the NFL.
It's hard to imagine my life before her, or a day without her. So much of what I take for granted simply wouldn't exist. She is the force that holds our life together. She is my everything, the center of my universe. From Forevermark, the diamond, the promise. Find an authorized jeweler at forevermark.com.
A man and his truck, and his son who would rather play computer games than go camping. And a valley, and a river, and the stars, and a new convert. The all-new Chevy Silverado, from one generation to the next, strong for all the roads ahead.
We could tell you that carrying out Domino's will make a Tuesday feel like a Friday. But that would be a lie. Pizza alone won't make your weeknight special. It's what you do with it that will. So carry out a large 3-topping pizza for $7.99 only Monday through Thursday.
For you to call me baby. So let's get up, let's get on it. Don't you leave me broken hearted tonight. Honest baby.
You've been listening to my station, haven't you?
What? No.
The Vizio M-Series Smart TV with soundbar and Pandora radio. It's beautifully simple.
Be one with it, and it will be one with you. Be one with your tires, and the road will be one with you. Angle Tires.
Why do we snack? Because we have nothing better to do? Well, people who snack on almonds have something better to do. Almonds are heart healthy and full of energy, with the crunch that keeps you in the game. California almonds. Crunch on. In 3 days.
The 75th Hunger Games!
The whole world will be catching fire.
Change it up. Spin it.
The Hunger Games Catching Fire. Rated PG-13 in theaters and IMAX.
It's going to be extremely close.
Excellent sign creativity.
Best signs ever.
Oh, yeah.
Look at
That's mine.
That's mine.
That's mine.
Come on, Kyle.
It's mine, Kyle.
Revenge is best served with 272 horses.
Now, get the best offers of the season. Current lessees with an expiring lease get this 2014 ATS for around $299 a month.
Every year, millions of children are bought and sold. They are forced into prostitution or made to work at grueling jobs with little or no pay. Thousands of these children live right here in the United States. I'm Angie Harmon, and I believe the number of children suffering this way should be 0. Learn about what you can do to help end child trafficking. Believe in 0 exploited children. Visit unicefusa.org to learn more.
2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and it's over. The Boston Red Sox have won the World Series, going from a last-place team to a World Series championship team and beat the Cardinals in 6.
Back on SportsCenter with guest host Jimmie Johnson, who has traded in his fire suit for a new sport coat, and I mean like
brand new,
really new. I know this is out of left field, but bear with me here as we go along. Have you ever driven a duck boat?
Negative.
Ever been tempted?
No, I didn't know what a duck boat was until just recently.
All right, so the Red Sox, they ride the duck boats for their
Correct.
championship parades, and pitcher Jake Peavy, then, he bought his and took it home with him. Do you suppose he will let you borrow his duck boat if you're interested?
I don't know. Maybe he'll let me, take a spin, but I'm not sure.
Right, because you guys are pals.
I do know Jake.
How is it you guys became pals?
So when he was playing for the Padres, I was out in San Diego throwing a first pitch. I went to high school with the Giles brothers, so I was there kind of as their guest. They set some things up. I stood in the bullpen as Jake threw, a few pitches, kind of warming up for the next day's game. And towards the end, I could see this grin on his face, and I knew something was coming. And sure enough, he threw some heat behind me and hit a pole behind me, and was shocked that I didn't run, but I knew something was coming. I'm standing there in flip-flops just enjoying a nice San Diego evening, and I've got fastballs thrown at my head.
How'd you do with the first pitch?
I've made them over the plate. I haven't rolled one in, haven't bounced one in.
Good.
So they've been high. Catchers have had to jump, and I've been appreciative for their athleticism.
As long as we make it the 60 feet, 6 inches, we're in good stead.
Correct.
Now, we tried to get Peavy. I don't know what he was doing today. He was probably out in the duck boat or whatever. But we have the guy who caught him a lot. And you guys, if you'd like, you can compare your championship rings. That's night. Jared Saltalamacchia, or as he's known in Boston, Saltalamacchia. World Series winning Boston Red Sox catcher. And we're just going to let you two chat it up.
Awesome. Well, Jared, I get asked this question, and I'm very interested to hear your reaction to it all. I guess looking at the right camera would help. So, with that in mind, what is it like winning a championship and winning your first? I know it's special, but please elaborate.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, everything that's going on at one time, the hype getting to the game, and the one thing that I can take from it, it's just crazy how once the game starts, it's just like any other game. But all the hype going into the game with the reporters wanting to talk and then the meetings and everything, it's just crazy. But when we made that final out and you got to run onto the field with all your guys and you know that you finished that season with a win, that no one else can say that they finished the season with a win that far in October. So it was just an unbelievable feeling.
That's awesome. And I understand that the feeling with your teammates and that bond that's forever embedded as champions and sharing that moment together. Special stuff. But I do have something else that I want you to hear, and I'll grab your comment after this.
I need a lucky penny.
I need that rabbit's foot.
I need everyone to grow a chase beard. You too, ladies.
Show us what your driver needs to win the chase at NASCAR.com/whatdriversneed.
All right, so let's be honest. Was this your motivation for your beard?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, no, I tell you, I don't know what it is. It's something about the beard that just brings it out, and it's a powerful thing. And I'm still growing mine. Obviously, I think I'm gonna keep mine until we win the next World Series next year, and maybe start a trend.
That's awesome. I've had fans with my beard and the chase beard joke there. Ladies showing up with stuff painted on and have the whole beard thing going too. So it's a lot of fun. One last question for you, bud. Do you have any intel or insight on Jake purchasing this boat from the parade, the duck boat?
Oh, man.
What's he doing with it?
Anybody knows
been
Pete
for riding it?
Oh, well, yeah, I'm definitely planning on it. I think, we'll get together here soon and go for a ride. I think he's got to get his license for it first. I don't think he can just drive that anywhere. But at the same time, Peeves a special individual. He's one of the boys, man. He's one of those guys that's just, it's all about the guys, the men's club. And, I can see the rest of the team definitely going for another ride here soon.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on an awesome year. Best of luck next year, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks, you too.
And we're kicking. France, Ukraine, World Cup qualifying. The French starting 2 goals down here after the first leg, 72nd minute. Ukraine, France. France tries, it goes back, and the Ukrainian fella kicks it in. Oleg Gusev. Oh no, France 3-0 rallies back to take it and earn a position in the World Cup, 3-2 on aggregate. So after today's action, now only 2 World Cup bids remain. Ghana, Algeria, Greece, Croatia, Portugal, France all punch tickets to Brazil this afternoon, leaving 4 teams for the final 2 berths. It'll either be Uruguay or Jordan, and then likely Mexico, who has a sizable lead on New Zealand heading into tonight's game. Super important kicking, the most important kicking every 4 years, 205 days away now. That New Zealand and Mexico game available to you on ESPN tonight/tomorrow morning, depending on your viewing time zone. Mexico won the first leg 5-1, so definitely in the driver's seat. Second half of the home and home, Wellington Stadium. New Zealand, Mexico, 1 a.m. on ESPN, also live on the Watch ESPN app. Soccer, of course, the beautiful game. Great athletes, probably lousy drivers because you can't use your hands, and it's always best to, have both of them on the wheel, I would imagine.
Except Jimmie Johnson told me unless it's snack time in the race car.
Gotta eat, man. Under caution, knee up on the wheel, get a little snack.
Well, a caution, I can buy that.
What's your favorite in-race snack, though? I mean, what are you eating?
It's hard to eat much, but I'll eat goose. Sometimes I'll pass some grapes. In an off-road race once, I tried to eat popcorn. That was a terrible idea.
Kernel stuck in your throat, etc.
Right.
But it's mostly 10 and 2, right? Like Anderson says. Donovan McNabb knows about fueling up during a big game as a former NFL QB. He's also added some fuel to our NASCAR drivers' athletes' fire with his recent quote. Here's what McNabb had to say when he was asked if Jimmie Johnson is an athlete. He said, absolutely not. He's not an athlete. He sits in a car and he drives. That's not athletic. What athletically is he doing? So, Jimmie Johnson, we ask you, what athletically are you doing?
There's so much going on inside the car, and everybody's entitled to their opinion, and Donovan certainly is. I'd love to invite him out and have him come experience driving a race car and what that all entails, but hand-eye coordination, it's blazing hot inside that car. You have 4 layers of a fire suit on. Your heart rate's probably 140 to 150, depending on your heart rate, over a 3 to 4 hour period of time. So there is a lot going on, and also including all the G-forces that are put on the drivers.
So you're wrestling a beast, and it weighs more than the average defensive lineman, too.
It does.
To wrestle that sucker around for 4 hours, absolutely.
I guess that's up to me now, right?
Bring it.
Now I get to throw it to the next
Whenever
thing.
there's silence, we'll let you go.
That's my turn.
You can fill it.
Okay. So, Tony and Mike, I want to know, are race car drivers athletes or not?
All right, Wilbon, are NASCAR drivers athletes?
Yeah, I think they are, Tony. I mean, the training involved, the physical preparation is demanding. I mean, at some points to the extreme. And like other athletes, you need strength, you need endurance. Look, hand-eye coordination for a driver has to be exceptional because the equivalent of a drop pass in football is a turn into a wall at about 180 miles an hour. Right. And so the consequences, if any of the athletic things that are required, if they fail, the consequences are so much greater than any other sport. So I think absolutely, yes, they're athletes.
And they have to have courage
yes,
as well. They do. They don't run and jump, which is the hallmark of athletes, but not to be an athlete doesn't mean that you need to be able to run and jump. This is brought up because Donovan F. McNabb, our friend, mentioned the other day that NASCAR guys aren't athletes. I'd like to find out if Jimmie Johnson ever threw up in the last quarter of a race. All the many races,
he probably has.
Many races that he's run and won. I have skin in the game here. A couple of years ago, he drove me around on a practice lap in Richmond and didn't make me throw up and kept me safe for that holding. But I think they are athletes, and I think increasingly, and the same is going to be said for golfers, when you see them, they look to be in better physical shape than you can ever imagine, other than, say, Tony Stewart, who, looks like he's hanging out at Five Guys or something like that.
Yeah. Well, you go in the trailer, and Jimmie Johnson, to be fair here, too.
They work out.
I think at one point I probably thought, oh, they weren't. And I went to see, when I went to visit a race, and Jimmie Johnson showed me just the trailer where they work out, where they prepare to be involved in a race for 500 miles.
I don't think the definition anymore of being an athlete is to be Usain Bolt. I think it's
one definition. It has to expand. That's right. Sorry, Donovan, we disagree. That's a bell. We're done. Back to you.
So Tony said that you didn't make him throw up when he was in a car with you. Is that?
There's a lot of screaming, though. He was hanging on for dear life and a lot of screaming. He was
like a girl,
in an athletic position, hanging on inside the pace car going around the track. Richmond.
So here's the video of this. Walk us through this.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I hopped in the car. He got in there with us. And I don't know if we have the audio in there, but he starts screaming. We had cameras all around. Just a fun experience, especially to show people what our sport's about. And that's the same thing with this debate. If we can get somebody to the racetrack, let them experience what NASCAR is about. I mean, I'm only going 50 or 60 miles an hour there, and had them screaming.
You talked about that focus, though. What's the toughest part about focusing as a NASCAR driver? When have you experienced that it's really tough to do that?
Well, I mean, you're inside the race car trying to manage your emotions. You're trying to manage the vehicle. You're in traffic. There is turbulent air coming off of all the cars around you. Through all of that, you're trying to drive your tail off, past the guy in front of you, and then describe and verbalize what you're feeling in your race car to your team so that they can make adjustments on the next pit stop. So you're managing a lot of different things that are going on. Your hands and your feet are controlling the vehicle. You're sensing the vehicle. It's hot. Your heart rate's driven up by the G-forces and the temperature and all that's going on inside the race car, and just trying to manage it all.
And like us, there's always somebody talking in your ear.
Yes, there is. From your spotter to your crew chief, there's always someone there.
A lot of superfluous noise. Jimmie Johnson is going to have a lot more right after this.
Something broke in the car. Oh, my God. As Jimmie climbs out of the car and says, yeah, guys, I'm okay.
Yeah, he's won 6 championships, but it's not like there haven't been a few bumps in the road along the way. See where Jimmie ranks in the NASCAR Not Top 10 of all time. And
SportsCenter is brought to you by NBA 2K14. Back and better than ever. Available now for PlayStation 3. Let the rain begin. Rated E for everyone.
Tom, you once stuffed 17 days worth of clothes into one suitcase. We admire great stuffing, Tom. Our new 3-cheese stuffed crust is all for you. We stuffed that bad boy silly. Want a large? Give us $12 or get any unstuffed for 10. Go for greatness. Pizza Hut. Make it great.
Showtime.
Your brother needs to watch it.
He has your brother. You have to save him.
Don't make this personal.
Forgive me my sins, the sins of my youth, the sins of my age, the sins of my soul. Forget and forgive. Amen.
That's my brother. I ain't leaving without him.
Out of the Furnace. Rated R. December 6th.
In the beginning was the beat, and the beat was strong. And it went on and on, and on, and on.
Goes on and on.
What began on a beach in Florida inspired one of the toughest endurance races on the planet, all because one man dared to take racing further. The Rolex 24 Hours at Daytona. Pushing limits is the Mazda way, so we put our new SkyActiv Smart Diesel technology to the ultimate test, creating a cleaner, stronger, more efficient and durable engine. The new Mazda 6 with Smart Diesel technology. What do you drive?
Under Armour's job is to make athletes better, to help Jordan Spieth compete for championships, and to make Lindsey Vonn faster than ever before. Under Armour can make tight feel nice, make strong look pretty, and help make Lindsey's comeback a reality. But most of all, Under Armour empowers the next athlete to believe that they can do anything.
Customer Aaron Swenson ordered shoes from us online, but they didn't fit.
Customer's not happy, I'm not happy.
Sales go down, I'm not happy.
Merch comes back, I'm not happy.
Use UPS. They make returns easy. Unhappy customer becomes happy customer. Then, repeat customer.
Easy returns, I'm happy.
Repeat customers, I'm happy. Sales go up, I'm happy.
I ordered another pair.
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
Happy. Happy.
Happy. Happy. Happy.
I love logistics.
This is the Quicksilver Cashback card from Capital One. It's not the fumbling around with rotating categories card. It's not the getting blindsided by limits card. It's the no game playing, no earning limit having, keep bomb throwing, give me the ball and I'll take it to the house cashback card. This is the Quicksilver Cash card from Capital One. Unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, everywhere, every single day. So let me ask you, what's in your wallet?
We should be holding the trophy. Indiana puts the best record in the East on the line. Then,
it's me and Dwight's team. We both been to the finals, so we know what it takes.
Can Houston make the chemistry click? Pacers Knicks at 7, Rockets Mavs at 9:30 tomorrow on ESPN.
It's the all-new Lakeland Toyota, and our grand opening celebration is going on now. We invite you to come in and see for yourself. More room, bigger selection, and better prices. The all-new Lakeland Toyota, right off I-4 at exit 31.
I'm Jacob, his dedicated account executive.
We're in a renovated 1914 building. Reliability was critical for our communication needs.
They chose Bright House Networks to provide the right technology for their business.
We got the service we needed and the value we wanted, which made a real difference. And we appreciate Bright House's commitment to helping us revitalize downtown.
Hey, it's our town too. Bright House Networks Business Solutions, where business gets personal.
The all-new Lakeland Toyota is easy to find no matter where you live. So discover why a short drive to the all-new Lakeland Toyota can go a long way to save you money. Click or stop by. We're closer than you think.
For today and visit Realtor.com.
Welcome back to SportsCenter with our guest host, 6-time Sprint Cup champion Jimmie Johnson. So we saw you interview Saltalamacchia very well. We know that you've got some other ties to some famous names in the sports world. Oklahoma coach Bob Stoops. How did you come to meet him?
Yeah, Stoops, he's a great guy. He attended a race in Daytona, I believe. I think he has a home or something down there, but he came to the Daytona July race. I just started dating my wife. She went to the University of Oklahoma, and I thought, man, if I could introduce Stoops to my wife, or I didn't know, I assumed she'd be my wife at some point, but at that point, I'm like, I've got to introduce her to him because I will get major, major brownie points. So the introduction happened, and since then, he's invited us to games. We've been to a few, and I've had a great time getting to know him and being around all the Sooners.
And did it earn you brownie points?
Oh, yes, it did. It went over well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Stoops recently making history this past Saturday. In fact, he tied Barry Switzer as the all-time winningest coach in Oklahoma history. He won his 157th game as Sooners head coach in a 48-10 win over Iowa State. Stoops will go for the school record this Saturday as number 20 Oklahoma heads to Manhattan to take on Kansas State. Here's Jimmie with the Sooners coach.
And I'm joined now by Oklahoma Sooners coach Bob Stoops. So, Coach, I've got a very serious question for you. Did you ever think you'd be interviewed by me?
No, I would never have thought. I'm glad you're not ready to retire. You don't need a second job just yet. You've got a lot. You got quite a few more laps left in you.
I appreciate it. So, a serious question now. Tuesdays are very important for our race team. We get in and debrief about what happened at the last race, get prepared for the upcoming event. What are Tuesdays like for you, your staff, and your players?
Sunday and Monday were our reviews. Sunday review of the last game and what we need to do better, what was good, what was positive, what was negative. Monday we start to correct some of those problems with the players on the field, as well as start to install and get ready for the next game, which is Kansas State for us this week. And Tuesday for us this week is a heavy practice day, heavy work day where we're working on our plan.
Gotcha. Sounds like a lot of work, as always, in anything that's successful. Leading into this week, there's a big conference game. Baylor's playing Oklahoma State. You played Baylor earlier in the year. What's your takeaway from that game?
You know, the biggest thing is everyone's speaking and talking so much about their offense, and rightfully so. They've been incredibly productive, but I think what goes without saying, or what is overlooked a little bit, is how well their defense has played through the year. They've got 7 seniors, I believe, on their defense. Very experienced defense is playing really well.
Gotcha. Well, I got one last serious question for you. Have you been to the Mont lately, and have you had a swirl?
I haven't been to the Mont in a little while, but it is one of the best places to go in the summer. And when you do go, you have to get a swirl. So when you're back with Chandra, you're gonna have to stop in again.
You got it. I'll come by there and have one with you. And I love the helmet there in the corner. Good talking to you, Bob.
Yeah, that was a 06-07 championship you won. You sent me one of your helmets. I appreciate it.
Thank you, and I have your helmet proudly displayed at my house, so thank you very much.
All right, Jimmy, good luck.
Thanks, sir.
Let's move north from Norman, huh? What to watch on ESPN tonight, 8 o'clock, number 11, Memphis in Stillwater to face 7th-ranked Oklahoma. No time for the Tigers, though, to go to Eskimo Joe's for cheese fries. They're 0-12 against ranked teams under Josh Pastner. Won't get any breaks with Marcus Smart and the Cowboys. The OSU point guard breaking down his game in a film session with Jay Billis.
What is it that you felt that you've needed to work on to get to the next level as a player?
My outside shooting. You know, a lot of players are going to, you know, back off me and you know, allow me to shoot the 15-footer to the three-point shot. And last year I didn't shoot it very well, so, you know, that was another big reason I stayed. You know, before I go, I wanted to increase my percentage.
Now, is this a shot that last year you would have pulled up with?
No, I probably wouldn't take that shot because, you know, I wasn't that confident in my shot at times. Now, I'm not going to say I wouldn't have pulled up, but I wouldn't have pulled up this confident than I did with this shot.
So this is something now that if somebody doesn't pick you up in transition, that's right at the NBA line.
Oh, yeah.
You're pulling that up.
I'm pulling that up.
Again, last year, what would be the chances that in this circumstance you would take this shot?
Wouldn't be high. I would probably just still try to bulldoze my way into the lane.
What to watch for? Brought to you by Homefront, starring Jason Statham and James Franco. In theaters this Thanksgiving.
Starting Thursday, you can download the new SportsCenter app by calling *SC from your phone.
The Not Top Plays NASCAR edition. Yes, they tell me I made the cut. He did at least 6 titles. No respect around here, man.
I guess.
This season, choose Nissan and bring innovation home for the holidays. Now, get up to $1,000 holiday bonus cash on select models. Hurry, bonus cash ends December 2nd. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
I spun on the new Metro map.
Shot out the lights in the hallway, then I started spraying.
I hit one of the support beams and one big block fell on top of the guy. It was sick.
Get more maps, more weapons, and more assignments in the Battlefield 4 Second Assault expansion pack.
Rated M for mature.
Get Second Assault first on Xbox One.
Where's the money? It ain't down there, I can guarantee you that.
Two Guns is action-packed. We got setup. Explosive.
That was kind of fun.
A must-have on Blu-ray.
Make it rain.
Two Guns. Own it on Blu-ray now.
Introducing the new Sriracha Steak Melt and new Sriracha Chicken Melt, only at Subway.
Sriracha, now that's the key.
It's our boldest flavor yet, made with spicy chili peppers.
I hear you get a good kick too.
Subway, be bold, eat fresh.
Millions of reviews to help you choose.
Again? Every time I go down to get Bud Light, we score. I cracked the code. I should stay down there. But I don't want to stay down there. It's scary. But this is 3 times now. This is for the win.
Bud Light, for the fans who do whatever it takes.
A conference championship and a BCS bid are on the line.
Red Hoagland Hyundai Winter Haven.
Beating the competition with low-cost pricing since 1947.
Over 300 Hyundais at huge savings. America's best warranty. Santa Fe's from $179 a month.
Get yourself a Red Hoagland deal.
You'll be glad you did.
Red Hoagland Hyundai Winter Haven.
Say hello to Bright House Network's home security and automation. Protect your family with multiple security features including motion sensors and glass breaks. Keep an eye on your home with live video from cameras that can record in the dark. Stay comfortable with lighting and thermostat options. Manage it all from the in-home touchscreen, the secure website, and your smartphone. Plus, it includes free cellular backup. You'll never have to sign an annual contract and service calls are always free. See a demo and learn more at brighthouse.com/home security.
Red Hoagland Hyundai Winter Haven.
The best place to buy your next car.
Ranked #1 in customer satisfaction.
And our low-cost pricing means huge savings on over 300 new Hyundais.
Elantra is only $98 a month.
Get yourself a Red Hoagland deal. You'll be glad you did.
Red Hoagland Hyundai, Winter Haven.
Sports Center, brought to you by Nissan. This holiday season, get big savings at Nissan's Season to Choose. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
I'm told this is one of them splash of gas kind of lead-ins. We got to go right now.
Green, green, green.
Yep. Tighten your lug nuts. It's NASCAR's not top 10. Why don't you tell us what happened at Watkins Glen in 2000?
No brakes, and right about here, I see that white wall on the other side, and I think it's all over. I survive, I'm stoked, I'm happy. I climb out of the race car, and I look around, and people are on top jumping up and down, so I decided to do the same.
Hey, #9, early in Jeff Gordon's career, he had quite a stash.
That thing is
What do you think
funny.
about that stash?
And the haircut. That's like the bowl cut on the front.
What do you call that?
That's bad.
It's just bad.
Correct.
Right?
With those shades, too.
Yeah. All right. Very interesting. Your teammate. Can't
Takes
say
a
much.
while to grow into adulthood. 2012, this is Bristol, not Connecticut, Tennessee. I believe you've won there once, but...
That is athleticism at its finest.
Yeah, Tony Stewart on occasion, he'll get warmed up plenty, doesn't he?
He does. Oh, yeah. He's wound up there.
#7, 2011, the All-Star race in Charlotte. Carl Edwards just won $1 million, hits the grass to spin out, but he hit something, and then what happened here?
The drainage ditch out there in the grass caught the nose and ripped the nose off the car. And then, again, we're not athletes, right? So let's just not throw a backflip.
But how do you really feel about it, Johnson?
Tore up a good race car. What is this about here at #6?
Yes, the Madagascar 3 movie came out. There was a wig that showed up in my motorhome, and I thought in the back of my mind, if I win the race, I'm wearing that bad boy.
So this is a plug, basically.
Correct.
Excellent.
Yes.
You look like Sultan Lamaki with just a little more color.
2012 Pocono, Kevin Harvick nudges Joey Logano, spins him out. Logano not happy at all about this.
It's probably not his fault, you know. His wife wears a fire suit and the family tells him what to do, so it's probably not his fault.
Okay, what'd you think of that whole drama?
That was a big statement, and then the Harvicks had a blast with it, and
they made T-shirts.
And all the other stuff that went with it. So,
yeah, Dry White Toast was getting after it. 79 Daytona, #4. This is like a seminal moment in the sports, right? Donnie Allison and Cale Yarborough going to blows.
It was. There was a big storm, and the only thing on television was the race. This fight breaks out, and it was quite entertaining.
It was the perfect storm.
I think there was a helmet involved. Cale's hair's flying all out of whack there.
2012 Daytona. On a caution, Juan Pablo Montoya crashing into a jet dryer. What do you remember your reaction?
I literally was flying out of there. We crashed on the first lap, and we're taking off and leaving, and I see a fire burning down on the racetrack. I'm like, I thought it was a car. I didn't realize what happened with the jet dryer. So thankfully, no one was injured. A very scary moment, and a lot of jokes came from it.
#2, 86 Daytona. Some swinger got in the Pontiac pace car and just took off with it. And then the cops came after him. That looks like a bad episode of Dukes of Hazzard.
I have never seen that before. That is incredible.
It's fantastic,
I'm sure
quite
this conversation
frankly.
goes well.
He got roughed up a little bit, but still, that's bold.
All right, but topping our list, 2012 Homestead, Miami. Brad Keselowski, giant beer glass in hand, just became the champion.
Pretty damn awesome. I got a little buzz going here. I've been drinking for a little bit, but it's been pretty good, man. I can't lie. Look at these guys behind me. They're pretty excited. I'm excited. This has been one hell of a day. I got one hell of a team, and it doesn't get any better than this.
Have you ever done an interview inebriated?
It's happened. I'm just a little. He's just out of practice. He's just newly 21 and all that stuff. And you see all the foam in his beer? I mean, somebody needs to learn how to pour that thing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, or a little nose wax will take care of that. But that's,
or head sweat, someone told me.
That's why, though, he's the Kes Diggity.
Kes Diggity. You do have some awesome names.
He's the Kes. It's a shame he wasn't in the chase, though. He would add a little spice this year.
Yes.
We need to get him back next time around, huh? So, did you know your time's done already here?
That's amazing.
Right? It was easy?
It was so much fun, and thank you both for dealing with me all day long, for the prep meetings and everything in between, all the staff. It's been a lot of fun, a few mistakes made along the way.
Thank you. Thank you for going out to get a new outfit, because you look nice. You pulled it together. Your favorite part?
Just that it's over, to be honest. I look forward to going back.